press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, how are you all? Hope doing well. Yes, so welcome back to your social science class. Okay, so we had started with a new chapter, right? That is manufacturing industries. So what have you known about manufacturing industries? See, we very well know that we have come across many things, right? Including the chalk paste, right from the chalk to the boat, to your, all the glass, your wood materials, etc., etc., etc. Even papers we do use. Have you ever thought, where do this come from? Have you ever thought, what is the importance of this? From where do we get all these things? See, dear students, when it comes to manufacturing industries, okay, so when it comes to manufacturing industries, earlier we did not have or we did not give any importance for manufacturing industries. There are many reasons for that, okay, there are many reasons. Probably we never thought that yes, industries are important for us unless and until we started with few small scale industries, or say from home itself few people started working, okay. So those were having much more importance earlier. With the time it started deteriorating, okay. So manufacturing industries started gaining importance when those manufactured goods started gaining importance in the foreign market, okay. So when it comes to industry, yesterday we did discuss about what is manufacturing. We got to know that there is a difference between manufacturing and production, or say producing, right. So most of the people, they do use it alternatively, which is very wrong. So manufacturing is totally different from production. So when it comes to manufacturing, manufacturing is nothing but production. Is you are producing. See, production, this manufacture may include your production, because see, manufacturing is a small unit, okay. So every production cannot be called as manufacturing, but every manufacturing is a production. So this is what we did discuss, right, while we were discussing about the differences there. So when it comes to this, okay, so when it comes to this, what they say, when it comes to manufacturing, what exactly is manufacturing? So manufacturing is nothing but production of goods, okay, producing goods or manufacturing goods using the raw materials, okay. So using raw materials, what we do, okay, we produce goods. So using raw materials. So yesterday we did discuss about that itself, right, manufacturing. So raw materials will be converted into finished goods. So it has to undergo certain process there. So the process, while manufacturing, what happens, manufacturing, it is totally the production of goods itself, nothing but manufacturing goods itself. So how do we get goods? It has to undergo certain process there, right? The thing, okay, like see, when it comes to a particular thing, the goods, okay, it has to undergo certain process, then only we'll get the finished goods. So that is manufacturing. So what is an industry? So we did discuss about industry as a place wherein your systematic activities will be carried out, and there has to be certain relationship between the employer and the employee for the creation of certain goods or say services, right. So we came across a triple test which is given under section 2J, right. Your industry definition is given under section 2J of Industrial Dispute Act 1947. So we did discuss about this. So on a triple test, why this triple test was conducted, most of the people, they started saying that whatever it is, whether educational institutions, or even hospitals, dispensaries, even professional places, whether that amounts to an industry, this was a question. So that's the reason they gave a test, calling it as a triple test, nothing but if at all a place wherein some systematic activity will be carried out, the systematic activity is nothing but one after the other. Okay, it has to be very systematically done. There has to be certain process or say procedure. Okay, certain procedure has to be conducted. If that is happening and they are producing something out of conducting these things, then definitely that would be amounting to manufacturing. So like manufacturing industry, or say we call that as an industry. So when it comes to manufacturing industry, what did they say? Okay, so when it comes to industry it is nothing but there has to be certain systematic activity which has to be carried out. Okay, they have to carry out certain systematic activity, and that activity should create a relationship between the employer and the employee. There has to be certain relationship because of the systematic activity itself. There has to be certain relationship between the employer and the employee. And employer is a person who hires the employee, who gives work to the employee, who actually gets done the work from the employee, and employee is a person who works for the employer. So that is the thing here. Understood? Yes. So let us move further today. Let us know about certain things. Okay, why that relationship is created? Either to get goods or say services. So that place will be called as an industry. So that particular place will be called as an industry. So today now let us know about the uses, or say why we need manufacturing. Okay, why do we need the industry? So is there any importance? Does it carry any importance here? Does it has got any value here? So let us know about the manufacturing units, the importance of manufacturing unit. Very first manufacturing, when it comes to manufacturing sector, it is considered to be the backbone of development in general. Generally, we consider manufacturing unit or say manufacturing industry itself as a backbone here. So why do we consider that as a backbone? First thing, first question. Second is, how can we call it as a manufacturing? It can be a backbone. Why do we consider it as a backbone? That too for the development. Do you think so? It helps in development. Does it add anything for the development of the nation? Is it adding something to the development of the country? Definitely it is adding. Don't you think it is adding something to the development of the nation? Yes. Isn't it see, it is producing, it is getting something, giving you something, right? It is satisfying the human wants, and as and when it satisfies the human wants, definitely it is earning something, it is making money, it is getting some income, and because of that income, those income are adding on to the nation's GDP. Nothing but it is gaining some profit. It is acting as a backbone for the development of the nation. Backbone, very important. Why it is important? Let us know about that. Why? How can you call it as a backbone? Let us know about it. In general, it is that, and economic development in particular, that is, see, imagine they say that manufacturing industries are adding on to the economic development. How is this possible? How is that the manufacturing industry is adding to the development of the nation? How is it adding? What makes it add on to the development of the nation? Let us know about the importance here one by one. Very first is modernizing agriculture. So when it comes to modernizing agriculture, how is this? How is industry helping, or industry is making the agriculture to modernize itself? Do you believe that yes, this manufacturing industry, or say manufacturing industries are really helping the agriculture? Let us know about it. Yes. So very first is, yes. So manufacturing industries not only help in modernizing agriculture, they also reduce the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing jobs. See, as I told you, manufacturing industries, they totally need raw materials. And when it comes to raw materials, definitely we get the raw materials from agricultural finished goods. Nothing but whatever finished goods we receive from agriculture, that itself becomes the raw material for the industry, manufacturing industries, right? Yes, so that's the reason. See, industries, as the industries are growing up, okay, we are getting pipes, we are getting, your machines, tractors, all these things, they are used for the modernizing of agriculture, right? Okay, so that's the reason, reason manufacturing unit, or say manufacturing industries, is very important, because it is modernizing, it is not only modernizing agriculture, but making people to get a job into the industry. Okay, it is getting the job into the industry and making people not to depend much upon agriculture. So it is nothing but the modernizing, you see, like agriculture, modernization of agriculture. So how they are modernizing? They are giving all the necessary things, they are giving all the necessary tools. Okay, earlier they used to depend upon the traditional way of agriculture, right? Traditional agriculture, they were depending upon the traditional agriculture. But now, as the industries have come into existence, what they are doing, the industries are providing much more tools to the agriculture and making it modernized one. So not only modernizing, but with the modernizing, what they are doing, they are making people to get a job here, right? People leaving agriculture, okay, or say they are not depending upon agriculture. If not, agriculture will be working for the manufacturing industries. So they are getting jobs there. So they are getting, people are like totally now depending upon this kind of, or say manufacturing units, and they are providing jobs not only in secondary sector, nothing but in industries, but even in tertiary sector. So they are getting much more jobs in tertiary sector also. How tertiary sector is improving? See, as and when the secondary sector is improving, or say it is modernizing, it is having its own hub, okay, it is having its own hub, then definitely, even the tertiary sector is working with it, because it has to work. Now imagine some agricultural product, okay, let's take sugar. Okay, sugar has to be produced, like it has to be manufactured, and where it is manufactured? Manufacturing unit, right? So for sugar, to get the sugar, to manufacture sugar, what is the raw material there? Sugar cane. From where do we get it? Definitely from agricultural, or say farming, right? Yes. So when that has to be taken, now imagine we have sugar cane like production somewhere, okay, they are getting, the crops are there, they have tied up. Can people go there, the laborers, can they take up on their head and can they get it to the industry? It is not like only 10 kilos or 20 kilos they need, it's not on that. Tons together they need, right? For that, what do we need then? Transportation. So who will be providing this transportation? Definitely the tertiary sector, which is totally into services, right? So that is the reason not only it modernizes agriculture, but even it gets a job, that too in the secondary and tertiary sector. That's the reason manufacturing industries are very much important. The second one is industrial development is a precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty from our country. So removal of poverty, or say like unemployment, for both the things, industries or manufacturing industries, they are working very well. As I told you, it is making people to be less dependent upon agriculture, and they are giving them the jobs. So as the jobs are open in many industries, right from the sweeper to the MD, okay, hierarchical, right? From the sweeper to the MD, okay, we need people there, we need human resource there. So that is how people are being hired, and the unemployment is getting lessened. Okay, like it is getting less, unemployment is getting less, because people are getting more and more jobs. They are creating more and more jobs, so that the secondary sector is concentrating upon creating more and more jobs. Not only that, even it is helping to remove poverty. So how is it removing the poverty? Definitely, if at all a person gets employed, there won't be any poverty, because he will be taking care of his family, right? He will be getting some earnings there. So that is how it is helping. So this was the main philosophy behind public sector industries and even joint sector ventures. What is this? Joint venture, or say joint sector venture. So what is this? Joint sector. What is joint sector venture? Okay, it is not only joint sector, but again there is something called as venture. What do you mean by joint sector venture? Have you ever thought about it? Yes. So when it comes to joint sector venture, see what they do. Two sectors, they join together to do a new work. So how is it possible? Probably, if at all, sugar has to be manufactured. Okay, sugar, we need sugar. I am just giving a very easy example. You can take any other example wherein manufacturing can be done. So for that, you need raw material. So raw material we get it from agriculture itself, right, which is coming under primary sector. It is a part of primary sector. So when it comes to primary sector, what do these people do? They join themselves together. They join themselves together and they say that let us do some new venture. Let us do some new work here, joining ourselves together. Let us join ourselves together and prepare or make a new kind of work here. So venture is nothing but new work, venture, new work. Okay, new kind of work, so that both can earn profit, both can make profit. So joint sector, we can jointly do some work here. You give me the sugar cane, I'll produce sugar. So let us sell it and let us make profit. Let us share the profit. So this is how they do it. So because of that, there is less poverty. Agriculturists, the farmers need not worry. Farmers will feel that, okay, once the manufacturing unit will produce certain things, okay, they manufacture certain things that would be sold, and once they sell it, they will be making profit, and that profit can be shared here. So after they get to know the terms and condition, what exactly it is there, definitely they would get into the joint sector venture here, and they do it to earn profit, to make profit. The third one is, this is how they are doing. Okay, it was also aimed at bringing down the regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. So There is a disparity, right? Regional disparity because of the people, because of the area. See, industries cannot be set up everywhere. That will be dealing very soon. So it cannot be set up anywhere and everywhere. Even they have to find a good location to set up. Because industries use chemicals, there will be sound pollution sometimes, there will be heavy other chemical to be used. All these problems are there, right? All the chemicals have to be stored that need safety. So they cannot start in this, industries cannot be started just coming into a residential area. That is totally wrong. They cannot do that. So that is how, for that they need certain good places. So to remove this disparities, what I can say is people, okay, so backward classes or say backward areas which is not used, okay, unused areas and all, they would use it to remove the poverty so that people can get employed there. Whatever, according to their education, according to their experience, they would work there, but at least they would be employed. So that is how the second important thing here, that is how they are eradicating the unemployment and poverty. So that is working, the industry is working towards this. The third is expansion, okay, expansion of trade and commerce. What is this trade and commerce? Yes. Why trade is increasing? Is it only the secondary sector which is helping, or is it only the manufacturing industry that is helping to increase the trade and commerce here? No, not exactly, but yes, this is really working hard to expand the trade and commerce. How it is done then? How is it done? See, how it is done in the, if at all you are asking, it is through export. Always remember, if at all you want to see a nation to be totally developed, there has to be more and more export. Okay, export should be more and import should be very, very less. Because if we keep exporting, we will earn income, we'll get income, we'll make money there, we'll earn. Import, if we are doing more and more, then definitely we are losing something there. So that's the reason export is very much important, and if at all we are exporting something, then definitely it expands the trade and commerce. So this helps, actually it is helping, okay, as and how the export, okay. So see, many times you might have heard about this is of export quality. Why do you feel that yes, it is of export quality, and why isn't it of any why we cannot use it or something like that? Why is that you feel that yes, this is of export quality? See, it has to meet the international standard. There is something called as international standard. So what is that standard? Do they tell it like yes, it has to be like this itself, we have some standard, you don't have any standards? Is it something like that? Yes, let me tell you. Let us take a simple example. You might have seen all these export quality goods, right? All this say globalization. There is globalization, and you know all this Nike or say your other branded clothing, right? Okay, so all this branded clothing, when it comes to Raymond's, all these are brands, right? Why is it called as a brand? Fab India, you have, right? You have all this. See, most of the branded clothes are there. Reebok, they say, right? Bata, you know, Bata is like, yes, it is known everywhere. So there are many, see, like Hush Puppies, all these things. You have so many brands. Okay, let me not tell one after the other. You know it very well compared to me. Yes. So why these? See, when it comes, why do we call it as a branded one? And why it is globally recognized? Because they are meeting the international standards. They are meeting international standards. See, Indian standard is totally different from international standard. I tell you, I have heard about this. A few of my friends, they do work in this textile industries and all, wherein they export the clothing. So see, they even have got designers there, okay, at international level itself they have got designers, and what they do exactly, they place the order from each and most of the countries, okay, because Indian tradition has got much more value outside compared to India itself. Okay, let me be clear, we are westernizing ourselves, but Indian tradition is still having demand outside the nation rather than inside the nation. Now let's take a simple thing. You people, girls especially, you people know this ghagra, right? You wear ghagras and all, right? There are many style, many designs about ghagra, right? You agree with that? Yes. And so when it comes to these designs, I tell you, they place order itself. Now they have set few designs. The same design they expect with the same cloth quality. If at all the person whosoever is manufacturing that clothing, if at all he does not manufacture as it is required, as expected from the other country, they reject it. They reject. I tell you a simple letter. They needed something like this. Okay, something like this. And our Indians, did it like this on the t-shirt. It's something they see written form. You have seen all the t-shirts with written some writings and all, right? Yes. So the simple thing, if it is there, they reject. Because their standard is totally different. They need something very standard clothing. Or say, this is only about clothing I am telling, but there are even tools and all which they expect to be the way they want. Very minute thing they concentrate upon. Do you get that? So that's the reason we have to meet international standards if we have to export the things. And our manufacturing industries have grown up to that level that they are exporting the goods. Okay, they are exporting the goods, they are meeting the international standards. And as there is more and more export of the goods, okay, so we are expanding the trade and commerce. So more and more trading is going on, and commercial, it is becoming very commercial in nature. Nothing but we are earning, we are making profit, we are getting some income to our nation. We are gaining some income, we are gaining money for our nation. So that is how the manufacturing industries are gaining importance. The next is prosperity. What is this prosperity and how is that possible? Don't you think like prosperity, like how is it possible? Prosperity, how this would help to gain the prosperity? So like very first is, see, whenever any nation for that matter, it need not be India itself, any nation for that matter, if at all they have the skills of converting a raw material into a finished goods, if at all they have the, what I can say, skill of converting the raw material into finished goods, then definitely they have got the higher value or say prosperity. So the raw materials into wide variety of finished goods of higher value, not only converting it into finished goods but making it gain or making it have a higher value. So that itself will make it gain an importance or say it helps in prosperity, because higher the value goods, higher the income. So value, if at all it is increasing, higher value if it is increasing, then definitely it is helping in gaining the prosperity. So diversifying, see, it lies in increasing and diversifying its manufacturing industries as quickly as possible. So diversifying, so according to the needs, bringing changes here, according to the standards, trying to meet those standards. So that is how it has to be very flexible. So then there would be, the industry would be prosperous in nature. Apart from these things, there are a few more which is very similar. That is, it provides employment to the fast growing population as the industries are increasing, because because of the more and more demand, okay, because of the exports, okay, because of increase in exports, so there are more and more demand for the or say the jobs are created, okay, many more jobs are created and people are getting engaged there. So employment opportunities, which we did discuss here itself, like modernizing agriculture. So not only that, eradication of unemployment, nothing but people are getting jobs, so they are getting employed there. So industries led to diversification of the economy of the country and reduce reliance on one type of product. Nothing but, see, manufacturing units are much more. There are many manufacturing industries, kinds of manufacturing industries, so we need not depend upon only one product, but we'll get diversified. We get so many variety of goods, okay, we get all the variety of goods. See, when I said Reebok, you might have thought about something else. Hush Puppies, you might have thought, or probably like when it comes to clothing and all, you might have, when I said some brand Raymond, you might have thought about some other things. So it is like we have variety of goods here. We get variety of goods here, right? Yes. So when it comes to when they can produce variety of goods, definitely that would help in the prosperity, because people will have much more choices to satisfy their needs. It helps to contribute to earning of foreign currency to the country. So example, see, Japan earns a lot of foreign currency because of exporting manufactured goods. So I have told you many a times, Japan is it is a nation wherein it is very rich nation, okay, because they are investing much more on the human resource rather than any other thing. What they are doing, they are investing on human resource, so that human intelligence can be used anywhere and anyhow it can be used, okay. So what they are telling here, it contributes to the earning of foreign currency. So see, because we are exporting the goods here, it is possible to get foreign currency, and foreign currency is having much more value in India. Next is, it leads to self-sufficiency. So the country reliance on the reliability on or relying upon the imported goods will be less, and this can lead to stabilization of its economy. So stability. The economy becomes stable here. Okay, there will be stability in the economy. What they want to say is here, see, self-sufficiency. As the goods, okay, as the goods are produced, see, manufactured, that will be exported, right? So self-sufficient. So we can rely upon those things itself. We need not worry about importing the goods here. We need not depend upon importing certain things here. That is of no use. Okay, we need not worry about importing because we ourselves are producing it. So that is another importance. It stimulates the development of transport and communication. I have mentioned somewhere it has helped in improving the tertiary sector. Okay, see, tertiary sector is equally important, as and when the secondary sector is growing, the tertiary sector has to get grown up, because people are depending upon the banking system, quick and easy banking system, okay, quick and easy communication. We need not worry about earlier days. We were supposed to get into a contract with a foreign nation and all through the post or say other ways. Now it is very easy through phone, through internet. We have so many other ways, right? So many things here. So now, because of the improvement in the technology, we need not worry. The sustainability, we are sustaining certain things. We are relying, we are developing the transport and communication. The tertiary sector is improving because the secondary sector is expanding. As and when there is an expansion in the secondary sector, nothing but the manufacturing industry, the tertiary sector starts improving because we need tertiary sector. We really need tertiary sector if we have to improve the secondary sector. It leads to development of other economic activities, that is tourism, trade and agriculture. So trade and commerce I said, so it includes even the agriculture and all, because people can produce things, goods very easily using the modern techniques, okay, because the industries are increasing their manufacturing level, okay, they are producing or say they are giving all such necessary goods, finished goods to the agriculture so that they can modernize themselves and they can produce more and more goods there. It reduces expenses on imports. As I told you, import, see, export has to be increased. So when I said poverty, I mentioned trade and commerce. Somewhere when I was mentioning about trade and commerce, I did add on saying that, see, export has to be increased and import has to be decreased, because as and when the goods are getting exported to the other country, definitely it is our country is making or gaining profit, or they are making income. They are gaining something out of whatever is being exported. So manufacturing is the most important and cause of economic growth. The growth of manufacturing machinery output and technological improvements in that machinery are the main drivers of economic growth. See, economic growth happens because of the manufacturing industry itself, because manufacturing industries need every now and then they need certain changes. Imagine today you are using one kind of machine to produce a good, okay, to produce certain goods you are using certain machines there. Now, if you see that using some other technology, few other countries are producing some other kind of goods, improvised goods. So what would you do? You, being an industrialist, what you will do? You think of bringing that particular technology to your country, so that, or say to yourself or to your industry, so that the machines can be improvised. Okay, the machines can be improvised and you can even produce whatever they have produced, or improvised thing you can produce here. So that's the reason it helps in economic growth. If you meet the national, international standards, then definitely the export quality will be improved, the export will be improved and nation starts gaining income there. So these are the few importance, or say like how we can say that industry is important for the nation. Industry, not only industry, especially manufacturing industry. Why is it important for the nation? So these are the few things here, because of that itself our nation is like seeing a kind of prosperity here. So next is, see, agriculture and industry are not exclusive, they go hand in hand. Because agricultural finished goods, whatever agriculture produces as a finished goods, so let us take atta, hittu, Godi or say wheat is something, or say it is a finished goods for agriculture. Agriculturist, okay, a farmer, while he produces, while he gets the crop, okay, while he produces this wheat is the finished goods for agriculture, and to the manufacturing, into the industry, wherein the wheat will be crushed and they get the flour out of that. Okay, the flour whatever they are getting, or probably using certain vegetables or certain other grains and all, they come up with oil, right? They produce oil, they manufacture, they take out the oil refinery, right? Industries, we have these, even these industries are there. So when they are planning for all those things, definitely agriculture and manufacturing industries, they have to go hand in hand. They are not exclusive. They cannot be independent. They are depending upon each other, and there is an interdependency. Okay, so manufacturing units, they depend upon agriculture, and agriculture, if at all you question me, ma'am, how is it possible that agriculture is depending upon manufacturing? Obviously, because manufacturing units, if they do not take anything from the agricultural units, so where do these people will go then, right? Yes, so that's the reason agriculture and your manufacturing industries, they go hand in hand. So they depend. How do they depend upon the agricultural units, or say the primary sector? How do they depend upon manufacturing units? Are they need pipe, PVC pipe and all, what we call, you might have seen the advertisement, right, for the water irrigation facility. If at all you are using, see that you use this pipe. Machines, modernized machines, tractors, right, all these machines, tools, plastic, right, for each and everything, these people are depending upon, the agriculture, so sorry, manufacturing the industries. So that is how the manufacturing industries and the agriculture, they go hand in hand, and they are not exclusive. So manufacturing industries has not only assisted agriculturists in increasing their production, but also made the production process very efficient, because they are providing all the modernized goods. Okay, the industries are giving the modernized goods to the agriculturists, so that's the reason the agriculturists are they are becoming very efficient, and definitely they are gaining much more importance, and that's the reason they are going hand in hand. In the present day world of globalization, so as you all know, the globalization is increasing, so industry needs to be more efficient and competitive. They have to give tough competition to the competitors. They have to be very, very self-reliable. They should not depend upon other person. They should be self-reliable, and they should be very efficient and competitive, because every day we can see one or the other like changes in the needs, changes in the human wants, changes in the expectation. So to reach all those expectations, or to reach the market, to give tough competition to the competitors, our industries should be very, very strong and efficient. So that itself has been expected from the industry. So they have to be very strong, so that they can rely upon, they can depend upon the, though they are depending upon agriculture, but yes, they have to give tough competition to the competitors outside, and they should know their competitors. Now, if at all you have a few brands and all, okay, clothing brands, they do have competitors, right? Is it like only one? See, now you might have seen Cbse is there, you have SHANTIKA, right? So they give tough competition to each other. It is, I am talking about shop. In the same way, there are industries which are having competitors. So they have to concentrate upon the goods, what quality of goods we are giving, what kind of goods people are expecting. So these things they have to keep in mind, and they have to produce the goods. So contribution of industry to national economy, is this happening? Yes, definitely it is happening. Over last 2 decades, we can see that there is improvement. Okay, there is much more improvement. So manufacturing industries, they have stagnated 17% of GDP, it seems, out of total of 27% for the industries, wherein 10% includes all this mining, quarrying, etc. So industries have given 10% towards the GDP. So though it is lower in comparison to other nations, okay, or say other East Asian economies, it is less, wherein they have got 25 to 35%. This is very less. But even then, we are happy that they are trying their level best to give their contribution towards the GDP. So the trend of growth rate in manufacturing over the last decade has been around 7% per annum, and it is increasing with year by year, wherein sometimes it would be 12%, sometimes 9 to 10%. Okay, like the government and renewed efforts of the industries can be seen every now and then. Even government is joining hands. Government is trying to meet the national, international standards so that the export quality will be improved. Export more and more, export more and more income to the nation. So they are planning for that itself, and government is also concentrating upon improving certain units of the industry so that each and every unit works towards the national improvement. So yes, the National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council has been set up with this objective. That is, the objective is nothing but to improve productivity. Economics predict that manufacturing can achieve its target over the next decade. So they are having that whatever their target, maybe 25 to 35% they have to contribute towards the national GDP, then they have to work accordingly. For that, they have to maintain the quality, they have to keep improving themselves, they have to produce goods using less cost materials but giving very good quality of goods. So that is how they can improve. So that is how they can work so that they can meet the international standard. They have to keep in mind the quality, because each and every person needs quality goods. So dear students, with this I will wind up here today. We have discussed about the importance of manufacturing industries. With that, we even did discuss about the contribution, how industries are, or say manufacturing industries are contributing towards the GDP. In the next class, we will be concentrating upon industrial location and kinds of industries. How many kinds of industries have come into existence with a certain location, okay, ideal. We will be discussing in the next class. Thank you so much for your patience. Have a great day. Thank you, dear students. Yes, last but not the least, you will be having homework on this particular lesson. Once it gets streamed up, I'll tell you what exactly you have to do. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.